And welcome to Newmeadow's virtual tour. I'm Stephanie Laraway, Director for Program Services here at Newmeadow.
And my name is Melissa Reed, Assistant Director for Program Services.
Together, we will take you on a tour of the building to help you decide if this is the correct program for your little one. Let me tell you a little bit about our school. Here at our Clifton Park site, we have 10 classrooms. And we also have a satellite site in Fort Edward that has 3 classrooms. We can service up to 110 special education students and 72 general education students.
We provide speech, occupational therapy, physical therapy, and discrete child teaching. We strive to educate all children, including those with autism and other special needs.
We do this by preparing them for learning and life through the techniques associated with applied behavior analysis.
Don't worry, we'll dive into all of that as we walk through the school.
We offer open enrollment year-round, so whenever you're watching this video, feel free to give us a call and see if we have openings.
You can read more about how we got started on our About Us tab on our website. For now, let's move forward to the classrooms. So this is one of our 7 integrated classrooms. We have 2 up in Fort Edward, and we have 7, like I said, here. The look, the location are different, but the philosophy, approach, and techniques that we use are the same across the board. We have a master's level special education teacher in here, a general education teacher, and 1 teaching assistant. You can house up to 9 special education students and 9 general education students for a total of 18. So what does your kid's day look like? When they come in, they're going to work on those self-help skills. We're going to have them take their backpacks off. We're going to have them unzip it, take their snacks out. Really, there's a series of 5 to 10 that we do throughout the year and that we try to get them to learn and do independently so that when they get to kindergarten, they know exactly what to do when they walk into a classroom. After that is done, they're gonna go to their play areas. Okay, so for our playtime in the morning, you might be able to see a dramatic play setup. We could talk about what we did over the weekend. We could also encourage children to ask for help here, ask to share the corn or the pizza, whatever they're working on. And this one, we're working on building skills. So we're going to ask for a blue block or a pink block or purple block, and then we're going to put them on. And we could talk about under, over, next to here, so we can work on those positional concepts. And then if we go here, we have more of our academic concepts. We're looking at letters, we're looking at numbers, we're matching dots to the amount of numbers, we're asking them to count. And we could actually go all the way up to asking a child to spell a word for us. Again, it's an individualized program, so wherever your child sits is where we challenge them. And then we can look at putting the cover on the correct number sign, and they can work on those skills on that table. During our circle time, when we're talking about and we're greeting our peers, we're singing hello to them, they're standing up, they're saying hi. We're also working on our weather. So we have a weather frog. We talk about today's weather. We sing a song about it. It's sunny and hot today. And so we're gonna dress our weather frog in the appropriate gear. We're gonna ask students to come up. They're gonna volunteer and they get to put his shirt. They get to put his sunglasses on. And they get to put his shorts on. And then they talk about what they're wearing, and they're wearing appropriate clothes for the weather outside. We also talk about our calendar. So we were talking about the season, it's summer. We can talk about the year, it's 2021. We can talk about the month. We can also put in the day of the week and the number it is so that we know that it's Monday, July 12th when they come back to school. And we can sing, we have a ton of songs that we sing for here too and do our finger plays through that. The following parts of the day are based on a curriculum that's handed down by New York State called CKLA. And it basically says that if you use this curriculum in your preschool, they're going to be perfectly ready for kindergarten. It takes the first 6 months of kindergarten and spreads it out over a year in preschool. So if we have your child for 2 years, they're going to get exposure to their kindergarten curriculum for 2 years prior to getting there. We do this just in our integrated settings. One of the parts of it is called skill drills. Skill drills is a small group learning opportunity for children. There are 4 to 5 children in each group, and we can cross curriculums throughout the entirety of it. There's 3 different groups. We could do an art project and have it be based in a social studies realm. So say we put cotton balls on George Washington's hair. We're talking about George Washington. We're still doing art, but we're kind of mixing and matching all of that curriculum together. We also could do a literacy here. You could see them doing rhyming words, sounds by the end of the year. We could be matching letters. It depends on where your child is. The individuality of it is really what we focused on when we are creating these lessons or these skill drills. We could also be doing a math time here, just extra practice that adds to their math curriculum that you'll see later in the afternoon. We could be doing science experiment. They often incorporate sensory here, so we could be hiding rocks that have numbers on it in Play-Doh and asking the kids to take the numbers out and identifying that number. So we are using the curriculum as a guide through those skill drills. The next item that you could see on the schedule is called listening and learning. This is also part of our curriculum, and this is literacy. So listening and learning is large group learning. It is typically on the rug, and it's typically a story read throughout Monday through Friday, and they do a different activity based on that childhood learning story. After listening and learning, you might go to the playground, which we have a beautiful facility outside. You could also use the picnic area for bubbles or tag, yard games. Anything that comes to mind for the teachers so that they can get the kids moving again. We also have a covered area that we use for chalk or when it's raining so that we can get the kids outside. The only time we can't go outside if it's under 22 degrees and over 100. We have both every year, but for the most part we get outside every day. After the playground, you might see lunch come in. We either have an 11:30 lunch slot or a 12 o'clock lunch slot. We do encourage healthy food first, so we're always asking them to eat either their fruits, vegetables, at least half of that first before we provide them with their juice boxes, treats, candy, anything else that you might put in the lunch box. Again, we're working on those social skills. Speech services often pushes in during this time so that we can talk at the table with the children and work on that peer interaction. So this is one of our 12-1-2 classrooms. We have 3 in this building. We have 1 up in Fort Edward. In this classroom, you'll see a master's level special education teacher and 2 teaching assistants. And for any reason a child needs a 1-to-1 aid, you'll see another teaching assistant in here with them as well. So the differences you'll see in this classroom are more hands-on support for the children, less time for circle time. So while in an integrated setting you wanted to see about 30 minutes, we're probably only going to get about to 15 minutes here. You're still greeting peers, doing weather, doing calendar, just less expectations in this classroom. So while in an integrated setting you might see a child using paper and pen, in the setting in a 12-1-2, we're going to see a couple of different mediums. So you could see a child who was working on a horizontal line. They might use a magnet and do their horizontal lines like that, or they could use shaving cream and practice their horizontal lines like that. We also could see less stimulating toys, so a little bit more of those cause-effect toys. And we're going to be looking at our penguin over here, where they're just simply popping it into the belly and then opening it up and doing it again. Those are working on that cause and effect, as well as what happens when I produce something and something comes out. There's also numbers on there too that we can also talk to them about. So in addition, a 12-1-2 will focus on self-help skills and following familiar routines, just a bit more so they can get them prepared to maybe visit or permanently move to an integrated setting. Our goal is always to close the gap. So we always want to make sure that a child is getting their least restrictive environment, and by the time they come through here for 2 years, we hope that they can get into our integrated setting, which closely mimics our kindergarten readiness.
Let's dive deeper into the behaviors you're seeing at home and honestly what may have led you here. What makes us different from any other option in the area is our use of techniques associated with applied behavior analysis. We staff 3 board-certified behavior analysts that work alongside your child's team to take a deeper look at any behaviors your child may be exhibiting in the classroom and/or at home. Applied behavior analysis is the science of behavior change, and what we try to do here at Newmeadow is increase wanted or desired behaviors while decreasing unwanted or negative behaviors. Techniques used across the board include the following. Staff will ignore any inappropriate behaviors such as screaming, biting, aggression, hitting, tantrum behaviors, while reinforcing and hopefully increasing more positive behaviors, or as we like to call them, replacement behaviors. So a lot of times, replacement behaviors can include better forms of communication, building appropriately with blocks, playing appropriately with toys, transitioning appropriately, waiting when asked. We increase these replacement behaviors by using a least to most prompting procedure where we promote follow-through for any demand that is placed 100% of the time with all demands we place in our classrooms and therapy settings. Within our least to most prompting procedure, the final stage of our least to most prompting procedure, there is physical guidance to assist the child in completing the demand. This could be helping the child sit, helping the child walk, help the child build with toys, any physical guidance that's going to have them complete the task, even if we are providing the assistance. These techniques are used 100% of the day within every minute of your child's day. We heavily train our staff in all of these applied behavior analysis techniques, and each child's program is immersed in the philosophy of applied behavior analysis. We use data from our software system that influence our plans for your child and guide us in creating your child's program. Let's take a look at one of our discrete trial teaching cubbies. This cubby is used for students who need to learn in a distraction-free environment. In this cubby, we teach any goal or any skill in a systematic and routine, repetitive way. Now let's take a deeper look at discrete trial teaching with Sean in our ABA clinic.
Hello, my name is Sean Lahane and I'm the lead behaviorist here at Newmeadow. Welcome to our ABA clinic, which is informally known as the nucleus of our school. Here you will find us working one-on-one with students on a variety of skills, starting from pre-attending skills all the way up to curriculum-based skills you'll find in the classroom. All students enrolled in our 1212 self-contained settings automatically receive this service, and all integrated students are referred by their classroom teacher after a month of classroom study. The ABA clinic is an in-house program not associated with the IEP, so it is very flexible in its opportunities. Therefore, we can accommodate the individualized needs of each student, ranging from a few push-in sessions a week up to 5 days a week of individualized sessions. The level of service is determined by your child's team and can be changed at any point throughout the school year. The ABA clinic is an environment designed to decrease distractions, provide repetitive teaching techniques, and create an individual and systematic learning plan that fits your child's needs. The plan's sole purpose is to close the learning gap between the child's same-age peers and push them back into the classroom setting with the necessary skills to be successful. We begin by targeting areas of need for your child. In most cases, these include prerequisite skills such as eye contact, imitating actions, and remaining seated. As their program progresses, these may include more academic skills such as identifying letters, colors, shapes, all while continuing to practice those pre-attending skills such as eye contact, remaining seated, and waiting their turn. We use an online data collection system at Newmeadow. We use a set criteria to move a child onto the next phase of their learning plan. In most cases, students need to achieve 90% or higher over 3 consecutive sessions to move on to the next phase. Our ultimate goal is to ensure that each student reaches mastery criteria in all of their learning goals so that we can then push them back into their least restrictive classroom setting, where they will learn more naturally amongst their peers. This online data collection system is used in all settings across our school, including related service, our ABA clinic, and in the classroom setting to work on IEP goals. We encourage all staff to look at the goals in the data collection software weekly, and we send home progress reports as needed. Social groups are small groups that we start anywhere from November to January, and they're based on your child's needs. We offer these groups to students who have emerging social skills in the classroom, but they need extra practice outside the classroom. These social groups can work on anything from maintaining eye contact, sharing with a peer, taking turns, responding to a peer, getting attention of another person, or anything your child is really struggling on socially. In addition to our individual and group sessions, we do have the ability as an integrated ABA preschool to offer behavior plans as needed. These would be created when a child is displaying a maladaptive or problem behavior that needs additional instruction. All of our behavior plans are created as part of the multidisciplinary child's team and overseen by a board-certified behavior analyst. The goal of the behavior plan is to decrease the problem behavior and then as well teach a more pro-social behavior to take its place. We can also create behavior plans for the home setting if there is something you're struggling on at home with your child. For families who are struggling at home, additionally, we do offer an in-home insurance-based program that is funded by your private insurance company. If you'd like more information about this program, please reach out to us.
So I want to talk about field trips a little bit. We tend to go on one once a month, and we really try to work on skills that we can see in public settings so that you could take your little ones out on the weekends. We go to farms, we'll go to bounce houses, we'll do bowling with the whole school, we'll do a movie day in our multi-purpose room. But we try to work on skills like volume, voice volume that's outside in the public. We also work on being a good audience if you want to go to a movie and you need them to watch nicely with others around. We also do in-house performances once a month. So we'll invite magicians, we'll invite balloon animal creators, we will invite ice cream trucks in the summer. And we can do animal exhibits where the students get to pet the animals and see them and talk about where they live and their habitats. We also might do a movie day in our multi-purpose room, especially over the holidays where we get the whole school together. We make popcorn and we have activities on the outside. We really like to work on all of those skills that might help you take them out and about in the community when the child leaves you.
I'm Jennifer. I'm one of several speech-language pathologists who work at Newmeadow. If you have concerns with your child's speech and language development, you can contact your school district and request a speech evaluation. Speech and language services help improve areas such as articulation, receptive and expressive language, and social language development. A child's speech and language services can occur in individual and group sessions. A pull-out therapy session occurs in a setting outside of the child's classroom. While observing a pull-out session, you will see children working on their goals while playing games, reading stories, and participating in art activities. A push-in session occurs during various activities within the child's classroom. Push-in sessions provide the opportunity for children to work on target skills while interacting with their peers within the classroom setting. Children who demonstrate significant expressive language delays are often introduced to some form of PECS. PECS stands for Picture Exchange Communication System. It is an augmentative communication system introduced in phases. PECS allows children the opportunity to use pictures to communicate with those around them across all settings throughout their day.
Hi, my name is Sharon. I'm a physical therapist here at Newmeadow. PT and OT services are received by children who are identified as having delays in their gross motor and fine motor skills, difficulties with their motor planning or coordination, and sensory or processing integration. Services may be provided either individually or in small groups, or a combination of both, and are typically 30 minutes. Therapy sessions may be provided as a pull-out session, working in the therapy room, or using a push-in model where the session is provided in the classroom setting. Our therapists also work within each classroom to provide staff with gross motor and fine motor activity suggestions.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Hazen. I'm an occupational therapist here at Newmeadow. As OTs and PTs, in addition to all our staff here at Newmeadow, we use a team approach to provide a high-quality therapy program for our children. In the therapy gym, you may see OTs and PTs carrying out similar treatment activities, which allows for better carryover of skills. You will also see that all of our therapy sessions are play-based, since a child's occupation is play. We are playing and creatively working on developing the children's fine motor skills, overall strength, and providing necessary sensory-based activities to provide growth. Our ultimate goal is for children to have fun and to enjoy their therapy sessions.
Our staff is trained to identify any child who is struggling with age-appropriate developmental skills. In addition, a parent or caregiver may express concerns in one or more of these areas. We will guide families through the screening or evaluation process to determine if a child would benefit from services, and if so, we will integrate those services into the child's school day here at Newmeadow.
A therapy session often incorporates movement activities in both OT and PT sessions. When working on gross motor skills, the children are often moving throughout the majority of the session. When working on fine motor skills, you may see a child sitting at a child-sized table with proper positioning and support to work on developing their fine motor skills. You may see a child working on core strengthening exercises or upper extremity strengthening exercises, and again, a fun manner using therapy equipment such as therapy balls, bolsters, swings, core stools, scooters, ride-on toys, etc. You will see children participating in different sensory experiences and activities using a variety of therapy swings again, tactile media such as Play-Doh, sand, shaving cream. Overall, the skills that a child practices in a one-on-one therapy setting, we are always striving for an end goal of these skills to be carried over into a child's natural learning environment, which is the classroom setting. We want a child to perform these skills and to generalize learned skills across settings.
We pride ourselves on connecting with families. Teachers and therapists will reach out one time a week. We also will provide parent conferences throughout the year. We'll provide a detailed student data sheet where you can keep up with how your child's progressing on their goals. And all therapists and teachers are available by phone any afternoon if need be.
We also have a team ready to help you combat any negative behaviors or challenging behaviors you are experiencing at home. We can provide you with training and applied behavior analysis to provide consistency from the school to the home environment. We thrive on providing your child a safe, fun, and engaging environment for a successful preschool career here at Newmeadow.
Head on over to the prospective parents tab, click on enrollment forms, and fill them out for us. Can't wait to hear from you.